it says, you are amazing. In case nobody's told you that today. The 7 chakras and quantum human design and the body graph. This is the body graph. And we're just gonna use these super soft feathers. Solar plexus chakra. Manipura. This is for our throat chakra. Vishuddha. Again, all of this applies to you, regardless if this is your chart or not. Scoop, scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Follow. Hello, love, and welcome to another ASMR Quantum Human Design session. In today's session, we are going to be clearing your solar plexus chakra and your throat chakra so that you can communicate clearly and speak your truth without compromise. So settle in and get comfortable. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Just sink into this moment. Sink into whatever you're sitting on, or laying on, your bed, a comfy chair, maybe the couch. And let's just take 3 slow, deep, and intentional breaths together. Does that sound good? Okay. Slowly inhale through your nose. Hold it for a moment at the top. And slowly exhale out of your mouth. Imagine that you are tucked into a cocoon of warm white light as you again slowly inhale through your nose. Hold it for a moment at the top. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Expanding your heart like these petals of this rose opening up. You're doing great. Okay, let's do one more slow, deep inhale through your nose. Your biggest one yet. And hold it for a count of 3 at the top. 1, 2, 3. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Okay. Good. I'm going to put this beautiful white velvety rose off to the side. And we're going to grab our candle. Which has a special message for you. It says, you are amazing. In case nobody's told you that today. Know that you are amazing. So today we are going to be looking at a quantum human design chart. And I want to remind you that even though it may not be your specific chart, everything we'll be doing, talking about, will be applicable to you as well, because not only do we have all of the chart, just different configurations, but we truly are all connected and all one. There is truly nothing in consciousness mutually exclusive. Okay. Shall we light our candle? our moon cycle matches. Okay. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and put this off to the side, right next to you, okay? So, next I want to talk to you about something you may or may not know about the correlation between the 7 chakras and quantum human design and the body graph. This is the body graph that we, in 1781, there was a transition that happened where the 7 chakras, 2 of them split, which creates and correlates to the 9 centers in the human design body graph. So I just wanted to show you those correlations. So the crown chakra correlates to the head center in the body graph. The ajna chakra correlates to the ajna center. The throat chakra correlates to the throat center. And the heart chakra is one of the ones that split into the G or identity center and the will center. And in this body graph, which is Karen Curry Parker's body graph, she has hers designed with this heart in the middle. But this is the identity center, the calibration center in quantum human design, and the will center. And the solar plexus chakra split into the spleen and the emotional solar plexus. And then the sacral chakra right here correlates to the sacral center, and the root chakra correlates to the root center. So today we'll be specifically working on the solar plexus chakra, or the creative center in quantum human design, and the throat center, or the activation center in quantum human design. The first center that we're going to work on is the solar plexus, or you'll hear it called the emotional solar plexus in human design. And in Karen's quantum language, it's the creative center. And again, the difference between the traditional human design language and the quantum is just a more empowering and higher frequency language that Karen Curry Parker created. So, the emotional solar plexus, or the creative center, is the center for intelligence and feelings and creativity and social awareness. About half of us have it defined or colored in, and the other half have it undefined or open. Today's chart that we'll be looking at shortly has an undefined creative center. And when it's open or undefined, is what shows us that person is empathic, meaning they truly take in the emotions of others and they amplify them, which makes it hard sometimes to tell what is their own energy and what's not. But if you have an open creative center as well, then you get to practice working with that energy. And ultimately become wise about emotions and passion. This center or chakra can get really blocked and gunked up because of how much it's taking in when it's open or undefined. So it's important to have this awareness and do an intentional clearing and cleansing like we're going to do here today for this center. If you find yourself not speaking your truth, people pleasing, afraid to say no because you're wanting to avoid conflict, compromising your values and your dreams, or giving up what you want and need to keep other people happy, this is a clear sign that it's time to do some clearing and energy work on this center. I do want to point out too that this is not anatomically correct. The centers aren't exactly where they are in our body. The spleen is on the opposite side in the body graph because these follow the Chinese meridian system. Even though there is correlations between our organs and reproductive parts, it's not a direct one-to-one replication. So, the next center or chakra we're going to take a look at today is the throat chakra, the throat center, or in quantum human design, it's called the activation center. And again, today's chart that we are going to be looking at shortly has a defined activation center. And this is the center for communication and manifestation, energy modulation, and regulation. Words are spells, right? We can speak things into existence. Words are so powerful, which is why it's important to be cognizant of the ones that we choose to use. And what it's connected to, the throat, in a chart, helps us to understand where a person is speaking from. And we'll get more into that in a moment. Ultimately, we need to be using our energy correctly in order to stay in energetic alignment and in optimal vitality. So we're just going to put this off to the side for a moment. Okay, love. So now that we know what centers we are clearing today, and the purpose of them, want to help you relax and expand even more. With a special and magical spray from the Potion Lady. And this one is called Bloom. So, you can imagine, just like our rose earlier, an energetic opening and blossoming with your physical and emotional and mental bodies. This has no scent. It's an energetic, infused, magical potion that she creates. So there is flower essences in here. And gem elixirs. And moon water. So, we're just going to take this and spray a couple of sprays in our space. And we're just gonna use these super, super, super soft feathers and just move that around and spread it around. Okay. Before I start sharing today's chart, I want to show you the two crystals that I'll be using today to clear and cleanse your creative center and your activation center, or your solar plexus chakra and your throat chakra. Okay. So here we have tiger's eye. For our solar plexus chakra, Manipura, or for our creative center in quantum human design. And I love that the representation of this chakra is on this tiger's eye heart. This is such a good grounding stone. Tiger's eye is a protective stone. As you can see, I'm wearing my tiger's eye necklace today. bring in some of that extra energy for you. Tiger stone brings out integrity. It promotes clarity of intention. It helps with recognizing your needs and the needs of others. And it helps for resolving dilemmas, internal conflicts. It heals self-worth and that self-criticism and any blocked creativity that you may be experiencing. This balances the yin and the yang, and it energizes your emotional body. It also helps to alleviate depression and lift moods. So this is for our creative center. I'll just put it to the side for a moment and show you our next beautiful crystal, lapis lazuli. Can you see that? This is for our throat chakra, Vishuddha. This beautiful lapis lazuli for our activation center today. This balances the throat chakra. It releases stress, bringing deep, deep, deep peace. It reverses dis-ease in the body that may have built up in your activation center from you not speaking out in the past. The lapis lazuli reveals inner truth and helps and allows that self-expression without holding back or compromising. And helps you to confront your truth wherever you find it and accept what it teaches. This activates active listening and dissolves any emotional bondage. So that's what we'll be using today. The tiger's eye and the lapis lazuli. Click, 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 click. Okay, so we're going to take our smooth, soft, earthy wood board and I'm going to show you today's chart. Okay, so here is today's chart. Again, all of this applies to you, regardless if this is your chart or not. Everything is energy. And so we're working it all out together. So what's interesting that I wanted to also add is we're also going to be taking note of the air element. I'll tell you why in a second. So I don't know what kind of stone, what kind of crystal this is. It's not solid. It's kind of speckled. So if you're more of a crystal expert, please feel free to let me know what you think this is in the comments. It's kind of brown and black with, it's like a little marbled, so I'm not sure. So we know that there are the four main elements: water, air, earth, and fire. And I wanted to bring air into this not only because we're talking about the throat center, the throat chakra, the activation center, but when I looked at not only this quantum human design chart, but their astrology chart, I saw that they only have one planet in air. So even though their chart shows a defined and motorized throat, they could be experiencing a misalignment because they only have one planet in air with an open emotional solar plexus center, and they just so happen to be a fifth line. That means they could be afraid to speak their truth, have not spoken their truth because this fifth line energy carries this projection field where people don't really see you because your energy acts like a mirror. They tend to see the things in themselves that they need to heal, but they think it's you. So that gets projected onto the fifth lines. And that tends to make them want to not speak up and hide out, especially with the sensitivity of this open emotional solar plexus. Feels so much, takes in so much. And there's a sensitivity with this energy. This person is single definition, meaning there's no breaks in the energy. You can see all these defined channels. There's no breaks in the energy from their defined centers. So they can speak from the heart of who they are. They can speak their mind. And they can speak about what they do, what they love, their work. And there's a sensitivity that comes along with this. Especially if you're not speaking to the right people at the right time. So this motorized throat is designed to speak. It has the power behind it to initiate conversations, to speak. So if they've been shut down because they don't feel seen or heard or understood, there's a lot that's built up. And there's this pressure here and here that kind of clamps down. This is a pressure center. Pressure center. It's because it's open. There's a lot of pressure there. And so if all this starts to build and there's no way to get it out, it doesn't feel good. And that's when things can start happening in the body because there's blockages and we just need to clear that out. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay? The quantum purpose for this center is to hold the frequency of energy for abundance and faith. Are you afraid to deal with truth and consequences? Are you trying to please everybody? Is your creative center undefined or defined? Is it colored in or white? So some questions that you can ask yourself or to keep in the forefront of your mind if you have an open or undefined solar plexus is this actually mine? My energy that I'm feeling? Am I making myself small out of fear that others won't feel big? Am I compromising my values and not using my voice because I'm afraid of others, what they might think or say? So we're going to go ahead and take our tiger's eye, heart, and we're just going to go ahead and cleanse this center by scoop, scoop, scoop. Scoop, scoop, scoop. We're clearing out all that energy that you take in that's not yours, that you don't need to hang on to anymore. It's not serving you. Scoop, 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 scoop. You're here to be wise about emotions because you feel and take in so much, but you don't have to hold on to it. You can be like a screen and letting it go right through you and having compassion for what others are feeling, but not taking it on like a sponge. Scoop, 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 scoop. Okay, let me just see. I think we've got everything. Just some last little remnants here. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. That looks really good. Now, let's move up to the throat chakra, the activation center. This quantum purpose here is for you to use language in an empowering, loving, creative way to stimulate and initiate sustainable, abundant possibilities. Do you feel invisible? Are you speaking your truth? This is such a powerful center. Have you shut it down? Have you shut down the power? We're going to go ahead and scoop out any blockages, anything that's been clogged up in there that needs to be cleared out with our lapis lazuli. Scoop, that you've never spoken, that have just collected and pooled into this space that has just blocked the flow of energy here. Scoop, scoop, scoop. It's looking good. Can you feel it becoming clearer, clearer, clearer? Yeah. Just a few more. Scoop, 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 scoop. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay. We have this index card here. And we're just going to write just a one-line affirmation on this that you can drift off to sleep and meditate on. Just let it sink in, and you can say it any time. It comes back to your awareness about the energy of these two centers we've been working on tonight. So, we have a Sharpie here. And we're just going to go ahead and write this very simple affirmation for you. Okay? I follow my truth and communicate it clearly. A little hard. I follow my truth and communicate it clearly in love. Okay, so the very last thing that we're going to do is pull a card for today's session from the Rose Oracle card deck. From Rebecca Campbell. It is one of my favorite decks. Okay, love. Normally I shuffle these like a deck of cards, but that's a little too loud. So we're just gonna shuffle this way. And we're gonna ask Mother Rose what message is going to conclude today's session. Rapture. It says sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. I feel that the message here is that you can have it all. That's part of the human experience. It's to have it and experience it all. To embody who you are in your fullness with no inhibitions. Because when you do, you empower others to do the same. I feel like this is the range, the gamut, part of the human experience. Sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. Are you allowing yourself to have these things, to embody these things, to share these things, to receive these things? Okay, let's see I always like to first intuitively feel into what I feel like the message is, and then I always love to look what the booklet says as well. So, let's see. Flora is the ancient Roman goddess of spring and flowers. In one myth, she was struck by Cupid's arrow and overwhelmed by love, and completely breathless in a moment of rapture. She called for Eros. However, the sound ros came out of her mouth instead. So rose became another word for Eros. And it also became the symbol for love and beauty and passion. Many patriarchal religions have placed a shameful cloak around sensuality, sex, pleasure, ecstasy, rapture, and sexuality. One of the most natural, pleasurable parts of life has become conditional and judged. And the rose wants us to heal from this and to remember that pleasure, sensuality, sexual preference, and expression of desire can become some of the most sacred, miraculous things about being a human on earth. And this card comes with a message about receiving and giving love and pleasure. Flora wants you to know that your sensuality, your passion, and your sexuality, no matter how you identify, are sacred and holy. She wants you to connect with your central true nature and to celebrate this in all people. My sensuality is sacred and holy. Other people's sensuality is sacred and holy. I open myself up to express and receive love in a way that feels safe and good to me. I release painful programming and experiences and return to love. I love that this card came up as we cleansed our creative center, our emotional solar plexus center. So much passion flows through that center. Creativity. And if it's blocked or clogged, that can't flow through and you can't create. And then as it flows up to the throat, being able to speak and to share that creation in all ways, in all facets of life, and all types of different relationships. So on that note, love, until next time, sweet dreams.